Shh, come on, Eugene. Just try. Come on, let's have some water. Shh, come on. Shh, come on. Shh. You'll have to keep him quiet somehow.
The Jerrys. Here they come.
Was ist da oben? Sieh mal nach. Ja, da ist keiner. Da hinten ist noch ein Stall. Nee, das war nix. Mal rauchen. Schafft ihn jetzt auf. Weiter. Los, kann ich niemand machen.
Ah, the fisherman. You went a very long way to set your pots.
I do. I go off France.
Not anymore. From today, you'll berth your boat in the harbour in town. We'll keep an eye on you there.
What about his fishing? That's half our food.
They say there's good fishing near the harbour, if you get the permit, and if you're accompanied by a lancer, and if you don't go more than a mile from shore.
So now, if I want to catch a few mackerel, it's a full day's job. What, into town and back, permits and escorts? No, it's not worth it.
Inconvenient, isn't it? War. And we'll be back. We haven't finished here until we have found our missing lancer.
Aus!
Come on, you get down here.
Yes, sir. Coming, sir.
Guck mal da, ein echter, wie aus dem Bilderbuch. Ja, das meiner Mutter schneiden. Nee, guck dir das an. Ich hab mir echt zu helfen.
The submarine didn't arrive, so he's holed up at our farm with his mate. Trouble is, so is half the German army.
Is he hurt?
No. But his mate's ill. Some sort of fever. They shot a German last night.
They found the body?
They've not, and they won't. But it don't stop them searching. I don't want to say this, but it's only a matter of time. And if my Kath is found to be harboring
You
them
need
to be...
them out of there.
Yes, Mrs. Dorr. We do. As soon as they can shift.
Thank you.
Ich war ja ziemlich spät jetzt Nacht. Ich bin gar nicht nach Hause gekommen. Oh, das hab ich gemerkt. Und?
What do you think?
The Baron's arrived, sir.
Oh, good.
Well, it's certainly conciliatory, sir.
Too much so?
Better that way than the other.
Oh, you're right. The Baron's an honest sort, by and large. Yes, best not antagonize. Oh, how's my collar, Angelique?
Fine, sir.
Oh, Mrs. Dorr.
I'll catch up with you, sir.
He's alive.
Thank God.
At Carrier's farm.
Submarine?
Didn't come. He's in hiding with another boy. They killed that Lancer, James.
All rise.
Since occupation, we have been impressed by the German forces' adherence to their promises and by the courtesy that they have shown us. I'm sure that our occupiers are equally impressed by our behavior and our dignity in the face of what may only be termed as a disaster for the island. It's my belief that nothing will be gained by resistance and much could be lost. We have met our enemy, and we know him to be human. Let us therefore attempt to hold humanity in the forefront of all our dealings to enable us, when the time comes, to look back on this occupation as a model of forbearance on the one hand and acceptance on the other.
I welcome the words of the bailiff, which are practical. And I endorse what he says about resistance, which is both futile and provocative. But I am afraid, Mr. Bailiff, that it is not fully true you have met your enemy. You have met one side of your enemy. Last night, one of my lancers went missing in the north of the island. If, as I suspect, he has been killed, you will encounter the other side. My reprisal, as is the case throughout the occupied territories, will be 10 local lives for every one of my lancers killed. You will announce this in the Evening Argos, and you will also place notices requiring anyone with information as to the whereabouts of the missing lancer to come forward, on pain of death. In the meantime, if any of your people is found on any beach or on the seawalls between the hours of 8 p.m. and 7:30 in the morning, they will be shot on sight. You look weary, Senator. I found your Senate interesting. You're very deferential to your bailiff.
We all felt he was badly used. He could not have been more conciliatory. I'd say he was bending over backwards to show cooperation.
Conciliatory he may be, One of my lances is missing, and my word, didn't things go quiet. Mrs. Dorr.
Hello.
Your husband thinks I badly used your bailiff.
Needlessly intimidating.
There's been much talk of how amenable we are. Do you think that's true, Mrs. Dorr?
No. Is that the correct answer?
Yes, that is the correct answer. And I've clearly shocked some people
Who've begun to expect a civilized regime.
who thought I was playing at war.
Hier! Hey! Hey! Los! Spiel ab! Hier rüber! Zu mir! Pass auf! Ja, Achtung! Halt ihn! Ja, raus. So, der ist auch stark. Na, er beeil dich! Also, los! Zu mir! Hier, pass auf! Pass auf! Ja! Hey, was ich klauen die Klamotten! Ein Flieger! In Deckung! Feuer! Los, weiter schießen!
Let me see, Ronald.
Uncle Sheldon,
Where's my white fiver?
Mary's got it.
Don't give me that, Colin.
She has. I gave it to you before I skipped off.
How did I know you were going to say that, You little bugger.
It's true, Uncle Sheldon.
And if I find it isn't, Colin, I'm going to tan you raw.
Have you got my fiver? Just keep walking.
Ooh. See, you've lost a lot of aircraft. 58 in one day, Oberwachtmeister Wimmel.
Do you believe that?
Do you?
I take everything with a pinch of salt. Your side and mine.
Ah, a message from our king. The Queen and I desire to convey to you our heartfelt sympathy in the trials which you are now enduring. We earnestly pray for your speedy liberation, knowing that it will surely come. That's nice. So, what do you think?
How long have you had it?
A couple of years.
You drive it much?
Not that much. I'm a collector. You have got one of the best cars on the island here. You should snap it up before it's requisitioned.
Okay, Mr. Levesque. I like it.
Of course you do, me old China.
June? Anything for me?
We've had one old woman in for a roll of film.
Oh, you won't get rich, and there was me thinking I might have a job.
Me too.
Why do you keep on with the name? You're not Jewish. Change it.
Angelique thinks it's cowardly. And I think I agree.
Be practical. Anyway, I need work.
So we ditch Mr. Isaacs because you need a job.
Look, you've made your point about discrimination, but if you got rid of the name, you'd be taking their money and we'd all have a living.
If you were Jewish, you might think differently. I really didn't know.
There we are. Judah Rouse.
Don't say that, Zelda.
Dear Mr. Isaacs. Gone, but
Not forgotten.
not this week, anyway.
The previous owner, Isaacs. Did he go to England?
He went with the evacuation.
And what made you think you should keep a shop for him?
It seemed human. But it wasn't me. I only work here.
It's good they listen to advice, very good. Isaacs can never come back.
Is there something you...
Yes. I'd like to leave some films for processing.
Then hand them in to the... What name is it?
Lieutenant Walker. Tell me, are you occupied during the evening tomorrow?
No, I should be able to get them done by then.
Yeah, that's not what I mean. I should like you to come with me to the 50-50 club. What's so funny?
That would be a terrible thing to do. We're enemies.
No, we're not enemies, we're cousins. Look, my name is Walker. My grandfather was English. We're not enemies. We have no quarrel with the English.
Who said I was English?
Oh, yes. Yes, we know the Channel Islands aren't English, but we are at war with you nonetheless. But the point is, we're not your enemies. And you will learn that as you get to know us. We could be friends. Our enemies are the Bolsheviks, the communists, and the Jews. And we should stand together.
Very well. I will come with you to the 50-50 club.
Thank you.
Rumour has it was British soldiers. But whatever, it's done the fishermen no favours. All the boats have been impounded. Enjoy that, Mrs. Anquetil.
Thank you.
Maybe the last you'll see for a long time.
Bye. Can I help you?
Yes, I would like some of that camembert.
That was the last, I'm afraid.
Oh. You're quite sure?
Yes.
What if I came round the back and had a look?
Yes, you can.
Then I will. And what if I went through to the back? How much camembert would I find in there?
None.
None.
Would you like to look?
Some other time. Goodbye.
I was told you had some chocolates for sale.
Chocolates,
They are for a local girl, if it makes a difference.
local girl.
She doesn't know, of course.
No. But I'll have to check. I can't, If you could just wait there. He seems nice enough. Nice face. He's just a boy, really.
What does he want?
Chocolates. He says they're not for him, for one of our girls.
One of our tarts.
He's not like the others. He's an airman.
And I'm particularly fond of airmen. By all means, sell him chocolates, Margaret. Then garland him with flowers.
Did you develop my films?
Yes, but you can go in the shop now.
Can I?
We're suddenly not Jewish anymore. So, There you are. You can use the shop. Well?
I would like to give you these.
What is it?
2 eggs. I tried to buy you chocolates, but...
Why are you giving me eggs?
As a thank you for the photographs.
Just pay what you owe. I don't want your eggs.
But you did me a favor.
Not? We just want your money. Why are you walking with me?
Would you mind?
Is it some kind of intimidation?
No.
Then please, don't walk with me, because I do find it intimidating. And please keep your eggs.
The requisitioned the whole crop. And I don't sell private anyway.
I don't want that many potatoes. Just a few pounds, enough for a week or two.
I should think so. So, you're going to stop me selling her a few spuds? For £6 a pound, you know.
Oh, that's all right.
Well, you've got more money than I have. I'm sitting there as if he owns the place. Mind your footing.
Phil? Phil?
Hello, Mum.
I bought clothes for you both.
Thank you.
How's your friend?
Over the worst. But he can't move yet.
We have to get you away from here. Do you think they've abandoned you?
No. There'll be a sub tomorrow.
You know no one's allowed on the beaches at night anymore.
That's my fault.
No, Phil. It's Mr. Churchill's. That's not what I meant. You could be shot. We've got to get you away from here.
Hier, 5 Minuten.
I've seen worse, Mum.
It's clean. They make you clean it.
So what have you been doing with yourself?
I've written La Mary long letter telling her all that's happened. And put a little something in it. Maybe a 6pence. I'll give it you back.
You're confused, Ma. I can't post it.
What? Well, they'll not stop you sending letters. Are they that mean?
It's not a case of mean. How would it get there? They're shooting the boats, bombing them.
Even the post?
And where would we send it? Mary Jonas, somewhere in England.
I don't like it in here, Wilf.
They treating you right?
I didn't mean no harm.
You did hit him, though.
I did hit him.
Enjoy your supper, Constable Jonas.
I Where's he from?
Below the lighthouse, the rocks there to the east. It was caught by my clerk, Brock. Very pleased with himself. His first catch.
So why is he on my desk?
Friendship. Does it need a reason?
Oberwachtmeister Wimmel's been more than friendly, Wilf.
Why is he?
We are in the same business. We will be working together. You seem suspicious, Constable. It's normal cooperation. The town police, the harbor police. I'm told your mother is in prison.
She is, yeah.
Terrible. Poor old lady.
She's well treated as far as I can see.
I'll have a word with, Captain.
Don't worry, Mr. Will. My ma will cope, and they say she'll be out before long.
Well, I'm sorry you feel we can't work together.
Oh, we can work together. Uphold the law. But me, see, I don't do it with lobsters.
So then I take it back.
Take it back, Mr. Wimmel. That's best.
I respect you, Constable Jonas. I look forward to our cooperation.
Some people are very confident about England. They think we will walk in, so they buy their evening suits. And of course we are told that's how it will be. We are also told that England is on her knees and is unable to defend herself. I was on a raid yesterday and we lost 50 planes.
Didn't know you had 50 planes.
Matter, hurry. You know, we get to the English coast and suddenly there are so many anti-aircraft guns, so many fighter planes. Every day is our last. The young girl who works here sometimes.
The blonde or the brown?
She works at the States as well.
Angelique.
She's very hostile towards me.
You killed her father. He died when you bombed the harbour. Did you know you bombed the harbour?
Yes.
So she's hostile towards you.
Mahi, yes. Urban Mahi. Yes, just last month. What do you want with it?
I would like to leave this.
Why? A friend of the family or something? I don't understand.
I have met his daughters and...
So you want an affair, but the dead father gets in the way. Over there, unmarked, you'll see it.
I think you're stupid. You won't see past the uniform. Who's chosen this? I study law. I am not an airman or any other sort of fighting man. Do you think I want to kill your people?
had to do something. There was a constant stream of Jews leaving the country, leeching out money and spreading terrible, malicious lies about persecution and concentration camps. All the Fuhrer wanted was to redress the balance. But those wicked people brought it on themselves. They had too much power and it had to be controlled. I'm an ordinary German. I'm not a Nazi.
You can all feel better.
Nazis are good people. There are some extremists, but you get that in any movement. You're a very beautiful young woman.
You're repellent.
Very good, June. Please, join us. You have some wine?
I won't, thank you.
We were discussing the Jewish question. What would you do about the Jews? Zelda is getting quite worked up about them. Ah! Muller, have you met my friends, Miss June Mahy and Miss Zelda Kay? This is Captain Dieter Muller.
Hello again, Miss Mahy. I admired your singing very much.
Thank you.
Good evening, Miss Kay.
You're another idiot.
Jew lover.
Not as idiotic as him.
It's a relief.
Do you remember, Muller, our squeamishness in the old days? No, we said. The Jews are like anyone else. There's good and bad. You cannot condemn the race for the behavior of the individual. I can remember saying that.
Miss Mahy, would it be possible for us to dance together, do you think?
Wouldn't that be fraternizing?
Well, aren't we?
I don't think so. We're only talking, aren't we? I haven't drunk with you or anything.
But we are being friendly.
I'm being polite.
By your standards, Miss Kay is certainly fraternizing.
You think I'm friendly?
Well, you're drinking with me?
And you're paying. I'm merely observing an alien species, much as one goes to the zoo.
And now, we dance.
No, we won't.
My apologies. Oh, man. How's the patient?
Better than I was, thank you.
You've been through it, haven't you, both of you? But you're still in appalling danger. And the longer you stay here, the greater the risk. Eugene, I have a proposal for you. I want to suggest that you hand yourself into the German military. We're a few days since the shooting, and if someone found their way to the island now from France, there'd be no suspicion of their involvement. I can find you a British Army uniform, and that way you'd be a POW rather than a spy.
You're only talking to me.
Phil's sadly in a different situation, but nobody's seen you.
Don't do it, Eugene.
If you got your story right, you could say that you escaped from France, not knowing the island was occupied, and when you found it was, you had no choice but to surrender.
We have a job to do.
Yeah. Well, you've done it. It failed.
Not yet. And we could still be picked up.
Look, your idealism's admirable, but you bring such danger
Which is our lookout.
Not
Just yours.
What can they do if they can't find us?
A lot.
Such as? They haven't found a body, and they won't. For all they know, their lancer deserted or fell off a cliff. What can they do?
Shoot 10 islanders. 10 for one. That's what one Rheingarten said. 10 for one, because you shot their lancer. Because you were sent here on a tin-pot fool's errand, for which I don't blame you, but I do blame England and blame them emphatically. Hand yourself in, Eugene. We're too vulnerable here for these meaningless exploits.
I take your point, sir, but there's still a chance that we'll be picked up, and I do have information. It's war, and as far as I'm concerned...
Say another word. I do not need reminding it's war.
Well, well, well. If it isn't Constable Jonas. Or should I say driver?
Say what you want, mate.
Apparently, he wanted a good, honest copper. Reliable.
What are you talking about, Moss?
I'm talking about Wilf Jonas. German chauffeur.
What?
You not seen the notice? Take a shifty, mate. You'll like it. Personal to the Baron, so they say. You'll like his car.
What, they're making me a chauffeur?
Never know what's around the corner, do we?
Is this you?
Me.
You bastard. How's that? You bloody bastard.
Ooh, flattery now.
How many lobsters worth was that?
That's better, Mr. Policeman.
Out of a job, Muller. This is the new chauffeur. Very smart, isn't he?
How come you're driving, Uncle Sheldon?
Ways and means, Colin, lad! Ways and means!
How do you manage that?
Yeah, special permit. Essential services.
Tell me one essential thing about you.
7p the pound. How's that for essential?
Is that what you're worth?
Now, that's how much your spuds are worth if you sell to me.
You and your scams. These are requisitioned.
Yeah, but wouldn't you rather your spuds stayed here? Fed islanders, not Jerry.
Well, what I'd rather is not in it. It's what I'm ordered.
Essential services, Kath. Special permit. For you, 1 more penny for the pound.
Ober.
Ober.
Wagt.
Wagt.
Meister.
Meister.
Wimmel.
Wimmel.
Oberwachtmeister Wimmel.
Obermeister Wimmel. It's impossible.
Lose yourself, Colin. Be back here in a 2 hour and I'll run you home.
Can I have some money, Uncle Sheldon?
Sure you can. Where's the change from my white fiver?
Oh, these don't look very good.
Oh, don't give me that. Best spuds in the Channel Isles. That's why I paid 9p a pound. They'll sell themselves.
I hope you're right.
I'm right. My permit's run out.
We're going to all the usual places. Some Gregory shops, cafes.
Yeah, of course.
In Mahi's grocers, they have some very nice camembert. Pick me up a good big piece.
I'll do that, Oberweichmeister.
Will you have a boat when you grow up?
How can I ask 1 and 3 the pound?
The whole island's crops have been requisitioned. These are the only ones I could lay my hands on. And the strings I had to pull.
Unbelievable. And what are we supposed to do?
I know.
Serious?
You genuinely paid 11p the pound.
Genuinely.
What'll it be in 6 months' time?
2 bob? Who knows?
I can't buy at this price.
I can't sell it less.
Then I'm sorry.
11p halfpenny, but that is screwing me to the floor. Gives me halfpenny the pound.
I'll have 400 weight.
So walk out, Mrs. Mayhew. Word gets round, you'll have a stampede.
I'll have a lot of angry customers.
Still want their spuds. Oh, by the way, have you refused the greenfly any camembert?
I refuse them everything I can.
They might be getting wise to that.
Is it for your mother?
Yes.
I can't bring it out here, but about that much?
Well, she said just a good big piece.
All right, won't be a minute.
It's quadruple what we were paying 2 months ago, but we accept it. It's war. It's a fact. We've got to eat. And if we've got to eat, we've got to pay.
It's true.
The whole 2,300 weight walked off the truck, just like I said they would.
Did you think to ask about the camembert?
She sold out, Oberweichmeister. She thinks maybe next week.
Not to worry.
Good day's work. Right, better find that Colin. Crafty bugger he is.
I wonder where he gets it from.
What are you looking for?
I found it. Aladdin's cave. Too casual, all this. Too much.
Who are you?
Oberwachmeister Wimmel, from the harbor office. Mrs. Cassie Mahi. You've been in trouble before for refusing to sell to Germans.
I don't refuse any more.
For 3 days now, I've been trying to buy a camembert from you. Today, I succeeded when I sent a boy. It's so blatant, so much here.
So lock me up then. Shoot me.
Of course, we won't shoot you. Beautiful camembert. But you are in serious trouble.
Do you know, I really don't care.
Oh. I haven't seen butter like this since Bavaria.
So close the shop, put my staff out of work. Show us how powerful you are and civilized.
If I referred you to the Kommandantur, that's what would happen. Oh, coffee. This is wonderful. People are going to prison for very little things. You'd certainly go.
Then what are you waiting for?
Tea, dried peas, chocolates. On the Isle of St. Gregory, there are over 30,000 people. Imagine all the trade that's coming from France through my office. Everything that comes here arrives with my approval. You don't want to go to prison, Mrs. Mahi.
Will you need me again this evening, sir?
In 3 or 4 hours, perhaps.
Would I be allowed to visit my mother?
Where?
In the barracks prison, sir.
But what on earth is she doing there?
She hit one of your lancers, sir, with a poker.
Why did she do that?
Because she's an old lady and frightened.
She's still in prison.
She is, sir. And I think it's been long enough. She's not a danger to anyone.
I agree.
Well, then you better do something about getting her out, Mullah.
You'll be glad to get back to your cottage.
Oh, I will.
I was sorry they put you in prison.
I didn't ought to have hit him, though. Is he all right, the lad?
I'm sure he is.
Some of them are normal, aren't you, Cherries? Like us.
1 or 2. So, you heard the shooting that night?
I did, yes. Very, very clear.
And what else did you hear?
Oh, nothing. Your car's arriving. Soldiers, nothing.
And the day before?
It's quiet at Carriers. We can go days without seeing anyone. Only thing, it'll be a day or 2 before that night. I saw some lads up at Larkfield. I thought at first they might be hands like Kath had taken on. And then I thought they might be after the tomatoes, so I had a good look at them.
You didn't know them?
Well, one was the spit of Eugene LaSalle, only it wasn't Eugene because he's gone for a soldier. He'd be a cousin like as not. There's a ton of them LaSalles at Plan Solil.
Jefferson. Only a week late. Goodbye, Mrs. Jonas. You've been wonderful.
I'll take these plums.
Next time I'll take you to the George. We'll have the full a la carte.
I'll make sure there is a next time.
Son, we know who you are. Jesus. Please, God, wait for us, Jefferson. Just wait.
Where are they, Kath? Your lodgers?
They've gone across the fields. The submarine was flashing.
Jesus Christ. He hasn't gone, has he? Oh, Christ. You couldn't, could he? Jason, where are you? You've got to be there. Get in the back. Who are you?
It's okay, I know him. Do as he says.
Good lad. My poor old sis. The trouble you brought her. Was that your lift out at sea? We think so. You've had that, haven't you? That's your war over. Right, heads down. Get yourselves out of sight. And no one's your friend here, do you hear? This farmer is not to know.
Do you happen to know Senator Dorr?
I know of him.
I was wanting to get word to him.
You don't need that, Senator.
How do you manage this?
Priority vehicle on harbour business.
You're working for them. I'd rather cycle.
14 miles there and back. It's a good couple of hours out of your life.
I can't work out what you're up to. You're trying to implicate me in some way.
Given who one of them is, you're already implicated, sir.
It's a uniform. It took some finding. I'm so glad you've seen sense.
Not the word I'd use.
You'll have to dirty it up. And I suppose you've been holed up in France since you failed to get away at Dunkirk. Don't know how you got across here, do you?
A canoe, like we did.
Where did you find it? You'll have to get your story, every last detail, clear in your head. And then we'll say you surrendered on the telephone to me.
I could never do it.
You built a war with a commandant. You don't have the choice.
We haven't finished our job.
You tried, and they failed to come for you for a week.
But they did come.
And that failed too, and now you're truly stuck.
We'll see. I don't think Churchill surrendered the islands. Even if you have.
Please don't say that.
If it's true.
We have not surrendered.
I don't believe that, Phil, and I don't think you do either.
No, LaSalle. You are surrendering. And as far as I'm concerned, that's your vote gone.
To offer himself as a POW is not an easy option. It takes a lot of guts, Phil.
Guck mal! Das gibt's doch nicht. Wenn ihr Fahrer durch die Straßen ist, dann wird ihr sofort festgenommen.
Halt! I was telephoned this morning to hear that this young man had handed himself in to a farmer and wished to surrender. So I rode my bicycle to meet him, and we cycled in together.
And you have cycled in without being stopped?
Yes.
Where did you land last night?
Some cove,
Below Grange Farm. That would be Avranches Bay.
You paddled from France? Where's the dinghy?
I wedged it in the rocks. I can take you to it.
Where did you get your dinghy?
Stole it.
Your regiment is the 1st Hampshires, yeah?
Yes.
And you are from?
Gosport, in Hampshire.
Eugène Lassalle.
Do you need me, Captain?
No, thank you, Senator.
Very best of luck. I trust they'll treat you well.
Thank you for your help, sir.
I have heard this name before.
Lassalle. It's quite a common name.
Do you recognize him?
No need to be frightened. Just tell us.
I think it was Eugène Lassalle.
Do you mean you know?
I think I know.
Do you remember telling me you saw him at the farm?
I remember someone looked like him.
It was him, wasn't it?
I didn't know the other one.
2 men. 2 men you saw. Who was the other one?
I told you I didn't know the other one. Look, there's 3 shillings in my purse, and I'm ajar behind the chimney. There's at least £12 if you look.
Oberleutnant Flach is not interested in your money. Just tell him everything you can about the day you saw Eugène Lassalle.
Well, 2 men near Lark Field. One I thought was Eugène, the other I didn't know. And I watched them hard because we'd had tomatoes go, but Eugène wouldn't steal tomatoes. And when I told Lark, she said it wasn't Eugène because he'd gone for a soldier. I said how it looked like him, and she said, no, definite, cousin it'd be, because there's a ton of them Lassalles. But my word, if it was a cousin, he was the spit.
This could become our meeting place, Mrs. Dorr. It's a lovely spot.
How long have you been here?
A while. Please.
You are no respecter of privacy, Baron.
There's a corner of my vineyard with a wall that was once part of an abbey. Romantic ruin. I do as you do. Sit there late at night. Listen to the wind in the vines.
With your wife and boys?
Always alone.
Won't she sit with you? She'd probably jolly things along. Or does she sit in the rhubarb patch around the corner?
I notice you don't sit with your husband. I won't mention the curfew, Mrs. Dorr.
Well, it would be rather bad form in one's own garden.
And we must avoid bad form. In this garden. Senator.
Baron.
How involved are you with the resistance, Senator?
I know nothing of any resistance.
Bad form in one's garden. But I shall talk to you about it before long. And we must also talk about your soldier.
Which soldier?
Your protege, Eugene something?
LaSalle? What about him?
He's not what he says he is, as I'm sure you know. He's not from, was it Hampshire? He's from St. Gregory. And he hasn't come from France. He's been on the island more than a week. Since before I lost my Lancer. He and another boy.